yeah, we're gonna be positive today.
Yes,
we've
I have
decided
nothing but positivity.
nothing but positivity. But our question: do record stores matter anymore? Can we be positive about that?
Yes, I
Yes.
can be positive about everything.
And of course, you guys watching know that we, of course, are going to say, yes, absolutely, record stores still matter. But I think there's a lot of people out there that question that or don't think that they are, especially some of the younger generations. That are
I
out
think
there.
it's less. More people think a record store matters now than they did 5 years ago or 10 years ago.
That's true. That's true. But of course, we go back 20 or 30 years.
Sound Exchange. So I think that people definitely, even adults, especially adults who thought that this was gone and over,
Right.
are coming back to it of all ages.
For those people, it is a big wow to them. I know. Like when I thought record stores were all disappearing, I started.
And
to
they were. We
Yeah,
were there
yeah.
for the disappearance.
Correct.
You would go into New York City,
Yeah.
and we went from having
All of them down
10
on
record stores in
Bleecker
a
Street.
3 or 4 block
Yeah,
radius.
right. St. Mark's,
to-
Bleecker Street.
to 2.
Right. That when that happened, I was crushed.
Now there's 8.
Literally. Yeah.
In that same,
Same area. It's gone back.
yes.
But that's one of the where it might be the against it.
It's
meaning,
a con because these are the fly-by-night guys who
Yeah.
open up a record store thinking it's only vinyl. They're going to make a killing, and they jack the
Yeah.
prices.
Everything is collector's price.
Yes.
There's nothing in there that is going to be the steal or the find.
None.
And that part of record stores today, I don't like, or that particular type of record store, I should
Yeah,
say.
because it was never really about the steal. It was about the find.
The find. That's what I mean. The find. It's like, oh my God. And then you're like, what the heck? How long has this been in there? Because it's
Yes.
only $8 or something. Yeah.
That's what makes it a steal.
Yeah.
But it's because we're music lovers
Yeah.
and record and format lovers, and we're just trying to, etch out a living in this
Right.
universe.
Yeah.
So that's why we're here. These
Right.
guys, they just see
No, they're
the ability to make a mint.
Absolutely.
Sound Exchange. Oh, see, as soon as I say, what are you trying to sell me? They hang up.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so
So in that that the negative aspect of it, where it is all high price, collectible price, that sort of stuff.
but people are paying it.
I know, and people are paying it, and that part of it I don't like. And there's a bit of elitistness in that. The people, like you said, that come out of the woodwork to do that because they think they're gonna make bank on it, kind of stuff. Different than the people that are doing it because of the love of music.
Yeah.
People that are buying it who are never gonna open it. So it's kind of brought some of that stuff out. But on the opposite side, record stores that you can go in and do the hunt, right? And you can't really do that online. That was my biggest complaint when record stores started closing.
Well, I mean, now you can.
Sort of. I mean, but it's not, in my opinion, it's not really searchable. Or sorry, take that back. It's not, you can't, perusable. It's not
Yes.
perusable.
You got to search for a certain.
Yes. And I
And
can
it's-
find anything I want.
Yes, but it's finding that artist and looking through the entire discography
Right.
that store that you're in happens to have, or house of that.
Right.
It's
And finding the one that you didn't know that was out.
yes,
That-
or
that-
finding the UK version.
Yeah.
You,
Alternate album cover. You said you're a color vinyl whore. So if you find that.
yes, but it's if you know an album,
Right.
and you're flipping through,
Right.
and the spine's a different color. The
Yeah.
writing on the spine is a slightly
yeah,
different hue.
yes.
And it's not from time and fading. It's
No,
the
it's
UK
different.
like
That's
Holy Barbarians was one of
Yeah.
the first ones I was
Right.
looking through, and something about the spine was slightly
Different.
different.
right.
And I said, "Holy shit!" And I pulled
Right.
it, made in UK.
Right.
Nothing else is different about it. Color of the spine or
Yeah.
the offset of the whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that shit, and I'll buy it because of that.
Right. I remember the first time I started noticing that with Skid Row Subhuman Race. Flipped it over one time, one in a store versus one that I had, and instead of the writing on the back for the record label and all that kind of stuff was in white, it was all in red. And then I figured out it was a Canadian version. Then I opened up the booklet, and the booklet, which unfolded, was slightly different placement of those
Gotta have
9
it.
pictures. I had to buy it.
Yes.
And it was just like, oh man, look at this.
This is badass.
I like the red one better than I like the white one. But when
and
I got
nobody understands
Yeah.
this. This is the one little aspect of,
Right.
of having the issue that we have, that you have also,
Right.
that
Those of you
nobody's
watching.
going to get. Oh, I get it. You got two versions, but why do you have two
No,
versions?
yeah.
You'll never understand why.
yeah,
Billy Idol, Rebel Yell, there is red text on his spine and there is white text on his
Mm-hmm.
spine. Cyndi Lauper, She's So Unusual. There's a yellow text and a red text
Yeah.
on the. So when you see this shit, to guys like us, this jumps out and you say,
I've never seen one of those.
nothing else is different.
And you don't get that same way when you're searching on eBay
You
and you
don't.
find one. You don't make that noise.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
Yes.
the guy, the asshole at the counter nowadays.
Right,
'cause
right,
you were,
right.
we wanted to talk about that. The
Yeah.
elitist at the
Elitist,
counter.
yeah.
Look at you like you're a jerk off because you should be buying the $600 Jack White record on the thing.
Right, right.
I don't like Jack White. I don't care about Jack White. It's not my thing. I want Cyndi Lauper. That's not me personally. That's
Right,
just,
that's just-
the elitist guy's an elitist asshole.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a shit about what you want or how you
He
feel.
says this is worth something that is not worth
Yes.
something, therefore that's no good. Instead
Yeah.
of going, man, Billy Idol fucking rocks.
Or instead of saying, "Oh, wow, I am so stoked that you're so stoked
Right,
that
right.
now you have whatever it is
Right, right.
that you have that made you that stoked."
Yes.
Ha!
And
That's what this is about
Absolutely.
in life. That's
And another pro from what you're talking about is that conversation. You and I have it. I see you have it with other people that come in the store all
Yeah.
the time. You say, "Oh, what made you buy this?" Right? When you're ringing people up, and so you get some amazing stories out of people
Yes.
with that interaction.
yep.
You know, people, you guys that have watched and then come to Sound Exchange and then tell the story to Anthony or whatever, and it's like that interaction. So that thing of meeting people, having cool record store conversations, you don't get that online. When you're going to Amazon, you're going to eBay, you're going to
don't.
Discogs, there's no conversation in there. Now, it would be actually cool if one of those record stores had a little chat thing that would pop up. It'd be like the virtual store assistant. Need any help today? Hey, what are you looking for? Oh, I got a great story about that. I don't know. Online retail could maybe.
I quit.
You,
No. I'm out.
You're out. That's it.
Back to the young people about meeting
yeah,
people.
yeah.
So
Right.
I'm seeing more kids. Now I've only owned the shop for 3 years, but I've been a record store shopper for a long time, and I very rarely see kids. For a while, it was older folk,
It's true.
middle-aged men like myself.
Yeah.
No women, all men. Just
Okay.
stinky, smelly
I guess
dudes.
we are middle aged, aren't we?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Just buying records,
Yeah.
spending their money on records.
Yeah.
So now I'm seeing kids,
Yeah.
groups of kids come in,
Right. Multiple.
pull
That's
out,
the thing. It's
pulling
like
out CDs and
Yeah.
records and talking about it amongst themselves.
cassette buying.
Cassette buying,
Boggles my
and
mind.
they're
The
all
kids are coming in.
people are excited. The
Yeah.
kids are excited to share.
In
This.
their love of music. That's right.
Like
the
we
process.
had, us middle-aged people had as kids, as their age and teenagers, we
Right.
were able to go to various record stores, and it was people were abundant in record stores back
Yeah.
then.
all the time.
All sexes and you know whatever.
Walks of life.
Didn't
and whatever.
matter. The
Right.
record store wasn't just a bunch of middle-aged dudes spending their money to fill holes in their life.
Right.
It was people.
Which is us.
It was.
It sounds like we're talking about older people, but we're not. Or in my
Well,
mind, I feel like we are.
I
but
think that a lot of our viewers are
Middle-aged.
somewhere around our age,
Yeah, right.
and have the same.
But that, hey, man, you hit the nail on the head, because for a long time I would go in and it would be people 10 and 20 years older than me. And I always kind of thought about, where were the people that were my age, but where were the younger people? Because I was a kid that hung out in record stores growing up, and I wasn't seeing that. But I have to say, in the last, well, definitely 3 years that you've owned this place, and me coming here for the 2 years, I see kids coming here all the time.
Yeah, go to Station One. It's they're polluted with
they-
kids.
really?
Yeah, I mean Station One also, besides records, they sell
Princeton.
such a variety of stuff.
Yeah.
So the kids are excited. They can go and get a record,
Right.
get filmed for a camera,
Oh, I
find
know,
a great
that's-
book.
right.
So, but I think it's the records that are driving them in. Also, Princeton.
Princeton. I see a lot of kids there, but-
Princeton never didn't have kids
Well, right, because it's a college
because
town.
it's a college town. But off season,
But it's funny.
it's just a bunch of middle-aged
right during the
men
summertime.
filling holes.
But I remember the first time I went in there, I was blown away by that. Which again is still in this 2-year time frame that I'm talking about. So now because I'd only moved to New Jersey 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know that, but just letting them know. So me hitting up that place, I would have thought going in there, there'd be no college kids like, this isn't cool, right? And I was so surprised when I went in there the
Because
first
it's
time.
always been cool down there in a college
Yeah,
town. Because,
right.
I don't know.
So record stores are cool. I mean,
Record stores
you hit
are
the nail
cool.
on the head. That's right, and they certainly are becoming that way again.
Now the issue comes into play with rising
Oh
costs.
God, I know.
But that's why kids are. The kid that was just in here
Yes.
said, I can't buy records because I can't afford them. I buy CDs because they're affordable.
right.
So rising costs are a factor, but thank God for CDs.
yeah,
Because kids are now switching to that. They're staying physical.
they're saying physical, but the ones that don't want to do the vinyl due to the cost are just saying, okay, I'm going to buy CDs. And I love that it's not vinyl is the only thing. Because
For a minute it was.
it was the cool factor of vinyl, but it's now just physical. Oh
Look at
yes,
this.
talking about physical
All them
media.
are
Look
mine?
at all that.
Yeah, drop it on the floor, it's fine.
Yeah,
All
I got
three of
some
those?
arrivals,
No.
new releases
Okay.
included in
Awesome.
that
I'll give you the lottery tickets if you want them, though.
No.
stuff.
The winners in there.
That's
Probably
right.
are winners, but it wouldn't be fair. Because if somebody, it wouldn't be right.
It's not about winning; it's about the chase.
Oh yes,
And those people
Yes.
need their chase. That's what we're talking
We're
about.
just
We need
talking
our
about it on the
chase.
video
This is
here.
our chase.
That's right, hunting these records down. Is
Yes.
our chase. That's right, and that's what makes it super exciting.
See you later, bro.
Have a
Thanks,
good
man.
one. Right. Well, after this video, we'll be doing some hunting and chasing through those boxes. So, and like you said, man, that's our life. And going to record stores, it's not just something to spend money on. It's not like I'm going to say this because I don't go to bars, but in my opinion, going to a bar, having a drink or something, is a whole different thing. But going to a record store is an experience, and it's a
Going to
it's
record stores a
lifestyle.
little different semantics.
Yes, absolutely.
You could say it's personal, but going to a
Right.
bar is personal for me.
That's true.
Going
That's
to a record
true.
store, it's just a.
Yeah, and that's
I
why
don't-
my
yeah.
preference. And I said I'm not one that goes to it, but I don't understand that aspect. That's just coming from me saying
Yeah.
that. But going to a record store, really all I was trying to get out of that
And
was,
we're just told, you know what?
Yeah.
We should single it down and just
Yeah.
say, stay in our lane.
Yeah, stay
we're
in our
talking
lane.
about us.
That's right,
you,
us.
and us.
Right.
This group right here.
Yeah, I can't speak for
So
other people.
fuck everything outside of it.
Right.
It's just
But it's a passion for
for
me.
for all of us.
Yeah.
This is personal.
Right. Yeah.
You want to do it with other people, but nobody else is going to respect it. So you've come accustomed to doing it alone.
Which allows the online aspect, or if you don't have record stores locally, it does.
Yeah.
But we really all rather be doing it together.
Yeah. And it's fun to meet people in a record store. I love meeting people in stores.
Well, and I think about the younger generations that haven't been to record stores or don't have them wherever they are, that only know shopping online for records, who have never gotten to experience the idea of this interaction, and their mentality being, why would I pay for music? I can stream it for free, right? So that's a plus and a con depending upon which side you're thinking of, instantaneous music through streaming. But I would take most of those kids and say, if you put them in a record store and got them talking about their favorite stuff that they've been streaming,
They're going
and
to lose their
listening to,
minds.
They're going to
They're
lose
gonna-
their minds. They have no
They'll
idea.
be lifers. They'll
Yeah.
be the new generation like us who will be middle-aged someday talking about.
Right. Whatever is the social media out there platform at the time, will be making videos
Yes.
on that.
If you're in a record store and you see kids in a record store, do anything you
Yeah.
can to not be creepy,
No.
but to make their
Engage them.
to make their experience awesome.
I try to always talk to the kids when I'm at Princeton or somewhere else, and I'm going through the stuff and I see someone, and I say kids, and I mean anyone from 10, 15 years old up to like 25.
When I see
That's-
somebody with a record
that's-
that moved me,
yeah,
and they're 15,
it doesn't matter.
And
I
you-
say,
whoa.
oh hey, what
what
got
possessed?
what got you into that? That's always what I want to know, because I'm like, clearly you weren't born during that time.
Yep.
And that's how it's being played on the radio. So I'm fascinated about that. And then I hear some great story about it, or some throwback or whatever, or who knows why they got turned on to it. But I love that.
Yeah.
And that, again, you can't get that from online retail, and you can't get that from
Can't
streaming.
get that from the elitist assholes that work or own some of these stores in the world.
They turn their nose up at it.
Yeah, and it's most of the time, I don't know. The elitists aren't even necessarily the owners; they're just people that they hire.
Well, that's my other problem. There's a lot of record stores that hire people that don't have any love and passion for music. For them, it's just a job.
Yeah.
And how can you work? How can you work in a music store and not love it, But how can a record store hire people that aren't
Because
passionate
we
about
need
music?
days off.
No, I understand why
that's
you're
it. So,
hiring
yeah.
people, but I mean,
No, but that's it. So
Yeah.
what we do behind the scenes here. I don't know how to put it out there because anything I say is going to sound like I'm bitching and complaining,
No,
and I'm
no.
not.
because we're the aspect I'm
Running
coming
and owning a
from.
business is,
Yeah.
is fucking hard to begin with, right?
Yes, and hiring
And it's
people.
awesome.
Right,
I
right.
love it. But, dude, sometimes you need an hour to yourself. Sometimes,
yes.
you know, I spend 2 days at home a week cleaning records. That means I work 7 days a week.
Right.
All right?
But it's
My-
a change
well,
of
son-
pace.
So, what happens if I need a day?
No, dude,
I just
totally
want
get it.
somebody in here. I want an idiot behind the counter to just ring people up. And I mean idiot in a loving, peaceful
Full
way.
way.
So I don't give a shit if they love music. I just want
I
somebody
know,
so I
command
can
a store.
run to Home
Okay.
Depot and buy the curtain for the glass because
Right.
I can't do that when nobody else is here.
Right.
And then the nights that I'm here till 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. Do I want to leave and go do that at that point in time? No.
Right.
I want to go home and eat and get to bed at a reasonable hour so I can
Right.
get up and do my routine. So there's a lot to it. So I'm
Clearly
sure
hit a
they
nerve
don't,
on here.
they don't mean
No,
to
but
hire
give it-
people who don't care.
Well, yes, let's
We
look
should
at-
only
no,
hire
no.
people who care.
Let's look at it the other way. I totally see where you're coming from on this, and I get that sense because, and I think the why you're getting worked up over it is you would much rather have someone in here who loves it and passionate.
Yes.
It's hard to find that person. I clearly get that. And
It is.
I should have preferenced that from the start of
It
this.
is hard.
It's extremely hard to find the people like you and I that love it, that are passionate about it, and then want to or can work.
Thank
in
God I got
in a
two.
store. Right. And if you can't, you're right, you still need to man the store. And sometimes you got to hire the warm body, the person that is competent to run a register and do this stuff.
Yes.
Even if they're not fans of music.
Yeah, they can count and they can use a cash register and write.
Maybe they'll
That,
become
you know,
fans.
Maybe they'll become fans. But
If
so
you're-
you hire that person that
Yeah.
can just fill that hole for those
Right.
3 things.
Yeah.
Maybe you get a day off.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't have to put up a sign on Instagram
Maybe
or
you
in your
can go
window
see a
saying
concert.
closing early
Yeah, right.
because we're going to see John Cafferty for the 3rd time this year.
That's right.
So-
That's right.
So there's reasons behind it.
Certainly. Absolutely.
But then there's also, I don't know.
no, I totally hear you, man. I wasn't trying to say otherwise. But
I don't think. I
Yeah.
definitely don't think you were, but it definitely struck a nerve. Like I
Yeah.
get it. I get why
Yeah.
sometimes we have to hire.
just right.
Because as much as we live for this stuff,
yeah.
there's other things I want to do in life. A day a week,
But it
and
all
be here for the 7.
But even those other, is there ever a day that you don't listen to music though?
No,
Right. So even on those days that you want to do other things, you're still loving and enjoying
What's up, buddy?
and being passionate about
Got
music.
How many minutes I missed it by? Or how fast did
Well,
these
at
go?
this point, about
they
30
were
minutes or so.
they were
but
here. The customers were here at 10 a.m.
Oh,
when
so-
they
okay.
opened. And
Waiting for the arrival.
It came at 10:15,
Bastards.
Yeah.
and it was done.
Okay, so
Yeah.
people waited before it even arrived.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
There were people
Wild.
waiting for more copies than there were. So
Yeah, I called earlier this week and I knew you were only going to have like 2.
That's all we got.
2 yeah, I think
I-
you said 2 when I talked to you, so I was expecting them to go first.
I was expecting to have 6 today, and when I got the word that we were
Yeah.
only going to have 2,
yeah, I know. That sucks.
I was expecting to have more last week, and I only got 4. So
Right. Yeah. It gets stiffed
Yeah.
all the
and
time.
now it's gone.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
it.
I
well,
saw the
it's dry.
Instagram post, I'm like, drive.
But while we're on that subject there, getting that record store only release, right? You can't buy this anywhere.
It's exciting.
So it's an exciting
Yeah, exactly.
thing to get
Yeah.
that makes record stores a unique thing that's different than online.
Yeah.
We're having this discussion here, filming a video about, do record stores matter anymore?
Yes.
And in this exact instance, coming and trying to get that physical only release of something that you can't
Yeah.
get. Yeah.
And maybe there would be more if record stores had that. We had an era of not mattering. If
Mm-hmm.
we mattered the whole time, maybe instead of printing 2,000, it could have said people are doing it.
Yeah.
Print 4 and felt okay with it.
Right.
Yeah.
But you print 4,
And then and people don't want it, then it's
then everybody's shit out of bed and stuck.
right.
So, the demand is here,
Mm-hmm.
but it's hard to meet that demand when you're just afraid of what has already happened in the past,
Yeah.
which is we don't want to repeat another. Everybody goes out of business because nobody's got any money because we're all
Right.
spending stuff for something that there's no demand in.
Yeah.
But the demand is back.
That's right. The
All
demand is
ages
back.
demand is back.
Yeah.
How old are you? You're already
37.
okay.
Okay.
So approaching middle age,
Right.
it's there.
Yeah.
At 45, it's there. I see the 15-year-olds, it's there. I see the 70-year-olds, it's there. So I think record stores do matter
right.
more than they did,
Did.
but not as much as they once did.
That's true. But the fact that they're beginning to matter again.
Yes, it's wild.
And then
It's cool.
things like Record Store Day, so events, and the Jack White record is an event. As happy the Taylor Swift things when she does her special color only variants and stuff. But you mentioned this, where what is it, direct to
Oh,
consumer?
so they call it. I was always so D2C.
Yeah.
Okay,
That means direct to consumer.
which
so
is online only.
only online.
Right.
So what helps to steal the sales from record stores is that.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you gonna come and get it from me if you got it from them?
Right.
And they're offering exclusive variants, which is fine. Let them have their exclusive
Right.
variants. But when you're offering the same stuff you're offering to us, telling
Right.
the consumer it's only available here
Mm-hmm.
and it's not,
Right.
and you're paying the same price that you would in a store plus
Right.
X amount to ship it.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. So I mean, that's people running into signs behind us here.
What's up, Mike?
Hey.
So
Yeah.
all in all, though, we're gonna say record
What's up,
stores
buddy?
still
What's
matter.
going on,
What
man?
can we do for you?
Just looking.
All right, man. Have at it.
What's going on?
All right. So I guess we'll wrap it up here.
Say
right?
record stores do still matter.
They just still matter. We got a bunch of people in here. We're gonna let them get shopping. Let you
Yeah.
get back to what you got to do. You guys can
Get
weigh
some more
in on it
coffee.
and let us know. Peace.